Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago, and it's 7 p.m. in New York City. Hello, everybody. This is America's Podcast. What's the buzz? I am the Mad Dog. She is the Pitbull. Welcome to a Tuesday night. Amelia, how the hell are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. What have you been up to since I seen you last?
Just working and sweating. It's 96 degrees today here in Florida. Of all places.
Florida. Oh.
Ugh.
The humidity in Florida gets really sticky.
Yeah, it does. It's like
Yeah,
you take a
I
shower
know.
and all
I
of a
was
sudden it's
there
like
for a while.
Yeah.
I spent some time in Florida. It's too fucking hot for me, man. They can have it. They can. I'm serious. They can have it. I mean, I like it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, I went swimming in January. Okay. I went. No, yeah. I hear what I'm saying. I went swimming in the middle of January in the ocean. Okay. In New Jersey on that same day, there were 4 feet of snow.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding. I said, I called back home. I said, what's it doing up there? With the blizzard, we got like 4 feet of snow. I said, I'm in the ocean right now.
Yeah. It's
I'm
weird,
swimming.
isn't it?
Yeah. Strange. On the
I know
the same coast, right?
when I first moved here to Florida from Texas, of course, you know, I'm used to snow time, you know, December and everything. And over here they're cooking their brisket, their pork butt and shorts. I'm like, okay, this is a different culture shock here. I'm used to the snow.
It really is. It really, really is. I'll tell you what surprised me is like just how warm it can get.
Yes.
I mean, there were women, you know, in their bikinis.
Yeah.
Like, and this is like the middle of January. It was like January 12th or 13th. It was like right in the middle of the month.
Yes.
And yeah, not that I was complaining, mind you, because I'm all about looking at women in bikinis. But it was like, I thought to myself, this is like really a bizarro world.
Yeah, it is. It's weird.
No
isn't it?
wonder everybody goes down there for the winter. Because there's fucking swimming in January.
And the people that live up north hate it down here because we call them snowbirds.
Snowbirds, yeah. Well, you know, there's a lot of snowbirds, especially from the Northeast, like New York, New Jersey. All of us, you know, nuts, we come down and take over Florida every winter. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So, what have you been up to, kid?
Just working and just trying to make ends meet, as they say, because it's hard to be a one-income person now. So
I know.
Gotta do it, you know?
Well, I mean, how are you adjusting to life without Jess, God rest his soul?
It's, it's a little bit different. It's difficult at times, but we just got to keep on going and remind ourselves that he's in a better place. And we got the results, as I was telling everybody.
Yeah.
We weren't really expecting him to have it, but you know, we were always looking because of his bad hip, you know, thinking he needed hip surgery, but we didn't know that he had a bad heart. And
that apparently, can I tell people something?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Folks, listen to me. If you have a history in your family that you don't know about, you're not going to know until you get checked. If your parents or your grandparents have heart issues or diabetes or liver or kidney or organ issues,
breast cancer, please.
breast cancer, any susceptible disease like that. The only way you're going to find out is to go to your doctor and get checked.
Absolutely.
Don't and you know, look, you can ask your family; they may know,
Hmm.
but then again, they may not know all the details.
Right.
The only way you're really gonna know what's going on
Hmm.
is go see your doc. Look, it doesn't take anything to make a doctor's appointment.
No, I don't.
Unless Amelia's making the appointment, then it'll take you 6 months.
But no,
Um,
it's a VA here too. You got to be very careful too. If you're a veteran, if you go to the VA, don't find another doctor because it takes you 6
yeah,
months to get an
because it'll
appointment.
take you a year to get into the
Yeah.
VA. Forget
Hmm.
that. But please do yourself a favor. You know, Amelia's husband, God rest his soul, Jeffrey, good guy, but Jeff had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Jeff had a lot wrong with him, that some of which we knew about. But the big thing we didn't know about is that he had a heart problem.
Yes.
That he was evidently had his whole life and nobody knew it.
And I think that because he had to go get a lot of clearance for a lot of stuff to get his hip surgery. I think
Yeah.
they did probably tell him something with his heart, but he didn't tell us. I have a strong feeling that he didn't say something to us.
Oh, that he didn't tell you guys.
He probably didn't because my Joseph, as my son, as you know, that's his name. He overheard him making appointments with heart doctors or heart this
Yeah.
or cardiologists, and we're like, why is he doing a cardiologist appointment? So, and please get checked out, no matter what kind of surgery you're
Oh,
having.
you know
Check
what?
yourself
And
from head to toe.
I mean, you know, I don't want to see anybody
Mhm.
pass like that when it's preventable.
Right.
But listen, folks, you know, maybe Jeffrey thought he was protecting Amelia and Joseph, but really all he did was put them in the dark.
Absolutely.
And that's not good either. You know,
No.
look, you owe it to your family. You owe it to your family and your friends and the people you love. If something's wrong,
Mhm.
don't, for God's sakes, please don't keep it to yourself.
Right.
Tell somebody. And if you can't, if it hurts you to do that, then have somebody do it for you. Have your doctor do it. They'll call.
Mhm.
Your doctor will do it for
Right.
you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because you'll be reliving that last day, the last moments,
Yeah.
and you'll be saying, what ifs, what ifs. You'll have too many
You'll
what ifs.
always, yeah, it'll be always what, you know, what coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Exactly. And you don't
Too
want to do
late
that.
for coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't want to do that
But
to
she's
yourself.
not here now. You know, too
Mm-mm.
late for coulda, shoulda,
Yeah.
woulda. Too late for,
It is.
It's just too late. You know, once somebody's gone, there's no turning back, folks.
That's it. Yeah.
There's no turning back. You know, my father, was susceptible to heart issues because his mother had heart issues, and my grandfather, God rest his soul, passed from a bad heart,
Mm-hmm.
and my father had a bad heart. Luckily, thank God that my father lived for 15 years longer than he would have because he got a heart transplant.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking COVID killed him.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
This is the kind of like irony in life that
Mhm.
he lives, you know, he had a second chance at life,
Mhm.
and then fucking COVID came around and
Yeah.
just awful.
And
You
then
know what?
also pay
Always
attention
in
to
a
your
better
insurance.
place.
too.
You know, you always want to say that, and
Mhm.
I know my father's in a much better place
Oh yeah.
because my father loved God and he loved Jesus, and there was no doubt about that, brother. I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell you what.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Neil. What you got?
Oh, and then also pay attention really to your insurance, what they can and cannot do for you, because they'll tell
Oh
you
yeah, I want do me a
because
favor, please.
uh-huh.
Take it because this is like your area.
Mhm.
Do me a favor. Oh, hey, Leon, before I get into you, Amelia, hold on.
Mhm.
Leon says, after my first winter in New York, I ran to Clearwater.
I don't blame you, right?
I'm with you, Leon. Trust me, brother. I ended up in Tampa.
Mm.
Nice place, Tampa, St. Pete. Good. I want
Yeah.
you to tell everybody
Mhm.
because this is what you do.
Yeah.
and you did this for 4 years
Yeah.
at your other job, 4 or 5 years with
Yeah.
doing insurances.
Yeah.
Take about 10 minutes or so
Hmm.
and just go over with people how important it is to have not only the proper insurance, but to have some insurance, that any kind of
Yeah.
insurance. Because if you don't have anything, you may as well sign the death certificate now,
Yeah, basically. And see,
because
with
nobody's going to look at you.
yeah, and here in Florida, it's so different from each state to state. It varies, so you got to watch out what each state has. And
Yeah.
if you have, like he was saying, like if you go from New York to here or here to New York, a lot of the insurances will not work from state to state. So you got to watch out for that. That's in one.
Explain
Two,
that. Tell people that it's important. Explain that.
because each one is like Sunshine of Florida or Blue Cross Blue Shield of Florida or Blue Cross Blue Shield of New York or New Jersey. It
Right.
only works in New Jersey. It doesn't work here in Florida. So you got to
It's
be
not
very careful.
transferable, folks, is what she's
Exactly.
saying. You
Hmm.
can't, like, in other words, for example, if I buy a gun
Hmm.
in Tennessee, well, it's legal in Tennessee, but if I go to New Jersey with that gun, I could get arrested for having an unregistered weapon in New Jersey. The
But
insurance works the same way.
if you
If
was
you have insurance in New Jersey,
mhm,
it's not good in Florida and
no,
vice versa.
right,
Florida insurance is no good in Pennsylvania, for
right,
example.
correct. Yeah,
You
because it'll
know?
be an out of network doctor, and let's say that you spend what $5 to see your doctor there in New
Right.
Jersey, and you come here to Florida,
Hmm.
and you have to go to see a doctor here, emergency room. Your $5 visit to your normal doctor would probably be 50 to $150 here.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Hmm.
he's an out of network doctor.
Yeah.
And you got to be very careful what you choose with that too, and also your deductibles
The
because
other thing, too, is and I learned the hard way.
yes,
I learned this lesson the hard way. What Amelia is telling you is absolutely true. In my case, I had great insurance, but
but
I
here it
was
comes.
lacking a supplement.
Hmm.
It's important, but spend the extra. Look, it's $100 a month. Okay, that's nothing. $100 a month is nothing.
Right.
Okay, spend $100, buy a supplement. You've got Cigna. You've got Blue Cross Blue Shield. You've got
You've got
Aflac. You've got
Sunshine, you got Simply.
any number of different supplements to pick from.
Hmm.
Why is that important? Because it's going to pay for what your insurance doesn't.
It's going to work with the other one together like this.
Yeah.
One
Because
doesn't pay, the other one
otherwise,
will. Uh-huh.
what's going to happen, Amelia, otherwise is you're going to have this huge out-of-pocket expense.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So it's important. What she's telling you is absolutely true.
Hmm.
We got some reaction on our show last night. There are people who were happy that we did that show, and people that were like, well, Mad Dog, how come you're not doing like your conspiracy stuff? And why aren't you doing, missing persons and dead celebrities and lookalikes and clones and the stuff that we really like? First of all, who said that we stopped?
Yeah, we just did
Number
that
one.
show because that was our subject for
That's
that.
not all we do,
No.
We're very talented here, folks. That's all we do.
Yes.
Sometimes we'd like to use our noodle and,
Yeah.
think a little bit. Here's the thing. It's important. Because one of the things that I pride myself on with the show is diversity, and people need to understand that there's a lot of people that listen to the show, and everybody likes a little something different. Everybody, we definitely have the conspiracy kooks. They're not going nowhere. Okay. But then we got people that want to know about politics.
Yes.
And we got that niche. Then we got other people like Leon that's with us no matter what. And
Right.
Leon's like a chameleon. Leon is like my go-to because
Mhm.
he's like a little bit of everything,
Yes.
which is good. That's why I like Leon here. And then we got people like, El Ruffian and the misfits and malcontents that he brings with him.
Mhm.
Then we got Kenneth Jarrett Singleton and those are our friends of the show
Absolutely.
that
Yeah,
bring
everybody has
listeners
a
to it.
little
And
what
it's
they like.
important.
Yes. It is.
El Ruffian popped in last night at the tail end of the show. Go figure.
He probably was watching. He just decided to comment
Ruffian,
at
if you're out there, listen, set your clock at 7:00. We go on the air.
or
Not 8.
comment
We go
early.
off the air at 8. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we got some feedback about some of the spiritual stuff that we were doing. People need to understand something. Okay. I am a Christian and I make no bones about it. Okay. And I'll just tell you straight up, I make no bones about it. But I'm not one of these sorrowful Christians. I got a big mouth and I love God and I love Jesus and I'm going to tell the world, and I don't like certain ethnicities and I'm going to tell the world, and I'll deal with God on that day that I have to, if I have to. Otherwise, they'll send me straight to hell and at least I'll have a place to go. But in the meantime, my plan, if I play this outright, is going to be, to live in paradise and to see my dogs and my family again. So that's my plan. Plans don't always work out, but that's what I'm shooting for. Anyway, I digress. We were talking last night about a guy. I showed a clip last night of a guy named Abdullah El Rahim something. I can't forget that. I forgot the last
I don't
part.
think we want to remember his name anyway,
But Abdullah, he claims to be, the Bible says it too. He claims to be the Messiah. He says that he is Allah, Buddha, and Jesus. He is God. He is the new Pope. He is he's all these things and a bag of chips and like a slice of loaf bread,
Mm-hmm.
So he's all that in a bag of chips, this dude, okay? And he's got a lot of followers, folks. He's got he's filling up stadiums, this dude, okay?
Very much so.
A lot of people are listening to his beautiful. He's one of these people. He's going to unite people. He's going to unite the world. People are going to love him. Then he's going to show his true colors, and then he's going to be like a heel in a wrestling match. He's going to turn in the middle of the match, right?
And we've seen that happen plenty of times.
That's what life really is.
Yep.
If you read the Bible, and my wrestling fans out there are really going to love this one. If you read the Bible, it's like a giant wrestling match. It really is. You've got baby faces, heels. You got the managers. You got the valets. You got the stable of pretty girls. You got all of that in the Bible. All of that. Every bit of it. But what you got also is, just like a wrestling match, the ending.
Yes.
You can pretty much tell who's going to win, who's going to lose, except when the heel does a heel baby face turn. They call it a double swerve. Then you got to watch out, because that's what Abdullah is going to do. He's going to do a double swerve. You're not going to see it coming. Then everybody's going to go, oh, I thought he was our friend. Yeah. I'm telling you, he's not.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, he's not. He's the bad guy. He's not the good guy. Anyway. So I was watching Alex Jones today. He did an interview with Tucker Carlson, who I love these. I love both of them guys. Mm-hmm. Now, my wife looks and she goes, I'm laughing. She goes, oh, who is this nut job? I said, she didn't recognize him because he lost weight. She said, who is this nut job? I said, that's Alex Jones. He goes, oh, she goes, That's why he's a nut job. That's why I figured. Okay. Oh, here we go. I said, let me tell you something. Alex Jones is a prophet. He's a hero. You people don't understand. He called 9/11 a year before it happened. People don't know that. Guess what?
What?
Think I'm kidding? It's on film. It's on film. Time stamped. Okay?
Yeah. And also, it's like he knew what was going to happen before, but people didn't want to listen to him because he thought he was crazy.
Wait a minute. Everybody, how many people, Amelia? How many people thought that an airplane went into the Pentagon?
A lot of people that were idiots, I guess, but I mean, a lot of people. But it wasn't.
What happened? What went into the Pentagon, Amelia?
It was a missile.
How do we know that?
Because you showed the footage.
Because I showed the fucking footage on this show.
You did.
And it's one of the only copies. And guess where it's at?
And
it's locked in a safe deposit box, that film. It's not going nowhere. And I'm not telling you what bank either.
Right? It's not going to tell you which one it is, and that's it.
Yep. Not telling you. Yep. But it's out there.
Yep, exactly. Because we have to tell the people.
Wait a minute. I showed that on TikTok. They banned my account for life. Tell me if I'm lying.
No, you're not lying. It's ridiculous, but they can show other stuff that's horrible, and they keep their accounts up like crazy. And I'm like, what?
Amelia, how many TikTok accounts have I been through, Amelia?
At least 5, 3 to 5.
4, actually. 4. You're close. 4. I'm on my. I'm laughing, folks. Sorry, but it's just funny to me. I'm on my 4th TikTok account, my 4th one. And I've had this one for about 8 months now. And there's only one reason why. I don't say anything. I still post my videos, but I take the sound out.
Yeah.
And I don't comment.
Nope, you can't.
They don't like when people talk back to them.
No.
Guess what? I was born talking back, motherfucker. Fuck you. Okay?
Yep.
Fuck you. You're not going to shut me up. You know? You have to fucking kill me to do it. And even then, I might open my mouth and say something. I'll scare the shit out of you. I'll spook you. Anyway. Now, here's the thing, though. On a serious note, I'm being serious here.
No, you are really.
It's important that we were founded on free speech.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
People fought and died for the right for free speech. Okay. You and I did a show, probably, it's got to be about a year ago now, called Is Freedom Free? Remember that one?
Yes, I remember that one.
Okay. And then when we had Joseph Cohn on, the free speech lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was all part of that free speech show that we were doing. Okay. I got to show you a clip tonight. And I'm talking about this for a reason. I'm going into this freedom of speech thing and 9/11. There's a reason I brought this up. There are people who fought and died for the right to have free speech. I want you to listen to Jordan Maxwell. Not to be confused with Jordan Peterson, because they're both men that I love dearly, because they speak the truth like we do.
Right.
Okay. But they have a bigger platform than we do. Okay. We only have 14 million, 15 million. Okay. They have hundreds of millions.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay? Now, take a look at this. And I just want everybody, I'm not going to talk about this. I'm just going to play it and then we'll talk. Go ahead, Neil.
Not freedom. You can't just decide to walk off the ship with it. No, you talk to the captain. Why is it captain? All captains of ships have the position under maritime law as deity. That's the law. So a captain on the ship can do whatever he wants. If he doesn't like you, put you in and lock you up until you get back to port. Once he's in that ship, he is the law. And so why we call him a captain? Because he represents capital. Capital is the money. You don't have the capital, you can't do anything. So It's really an interesting story about how words are used to manipulate, exploit people. You are not free. In New York, they have something called the Statue of Liberty. It's not the Statue of Freedom. Liberty is what a sailor gets when he comes into port. You get liberty, not freedom. You can't just decide to walk off the ship when no. You talk to the captain.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show that again. I started to show it twice. Do you understand where he's going with this, Amelia?
Yeah, he's actually
Tell me
telling us.
where's he going with this? 'Cause I
He's
want
showing us
people-
the difference between freedom and not freedom, which is the different ways of wording stuff and how you capitalize, like capital, captain, and things like that. And capital means money. And when he was right about what he was saying about that sailor.
Well, I'm not asking you to parrot what he said. I'm
Right, no.
asking you to explain to people
Mhm.
what he said. What did he actually say?
That freedom's not free.
That's it. Right? That's what I'm
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. It's simple.
Mhm.
Freedom ain't free. You hear
Nope.
what he said? It's the Statue of Liberty, folks. It's not the Statue of Freedom.
Right.
You understand? There's a difference between freedom and liberty.
Exactly.
I'm going to give you a perfect example. Okay. Amelia has the liberty to come on this show and speak. Okay.
Hmm.
She has the liberty. Listen to what I'm saying now. She has the liberty to come on this show and speak. But she does not have the freedom to say anything she wants. That's my position. Why? Because for all intents and purposes, I'm the captain of the ship.
Correct.
Okay? You heard what he said. The captain, and this is the truth. Listen to what he said. You're going to hear it again.
Hmm.
The captain of a ship is deity. He's the god of that ship. I'm going to play it again. Listen to what he says.
Why is it captain? All captains of ships have the position under maritime law as deity.
Did you hear what he said?
Yes.
Deity. I stopped it there for a reason. I want people to listen because you're learning something. Watch.
That's the law. So a captain on a ship can do whatever he wants. If he doesn't like you, he can put you in and lock you up until you get back to port. Once he's in that liberty, not freedom.
Exactly. And that's exactly
Yeah.
the point. If the captain of the ship doesn't like you,
Yes.
if for what he doesn't need a reason.
He doesn't need a reason.
But
No.
here's the problem. The government is starting to take that position.
Yes.
They're putting people in jail that they don't like.
Oh yeah, all the time.
That speak against them. Here's the problem, though. This country was founded. I want the irony of this to set in on you. This country was founded by people who talked back. This country was founded by people who didn't take no for an answer.
Exactly.
This country was founded by people with big fucking mouths that were tired of being bossed around by a fucking king and a queen in England. Okay? Because that's fucking monarchy. That they need to dissolve that shit anyway. Okay?
They do, actually. You're right.
Because it's first of all, the monarchy is passé. It's old. It doesn't work anymore, folks.
Yeah.
Do you realize? And I said this last night, and I'm going to say it again. If you live in England, 60% of your income. Listen to what I'm saying. You please check it out if you think I'm lying. 60% of your income is divided between the royal family and the state. That means you got to live on 40%. You got to buy food, pay your, put gas in your car, buy food, pay your rent, send your kids to school, pay all your bills.
Yes.
Find time to go on vacation. find time to to work extra overtime to make a little bit more money, maybe to have a vacation. This is what we're talking about, okay? This is what we're talking about. And then people don't, they say, oh, well, Mad Dog, you're making this up. Really?
He's
You
not
think I am?
making it up.
I swear to you, I'm not.
No.
60% of your income goes to the state and a royal family. You are paying, you, my dear friends in Great Britain. I'm talking to you, Robert Whitaker Johnson. My dear friend, I love you, brother, and I miss you. You are paying your money to Charles and William and Camilla and the rest of them fat cats to have the life that they have. Harry doesn't give a fuck,
No,
okay? Because Harry lives here now, okay? Prince Harry left England. He lives in California with his wife. Okay. And I don't know if people know that. Prince Harry left the royal family. He lives in America now. Okay. And they love him in California. Now, what else you want to know? What else you want to know, Mill?
Well, what else did they ask us for more to do besides all that other stuff? Did they?
Well, one of that, that's a really good point. I want to show that clip I was talking about. This is Abdullah. Now, we talked about Abdullah last night, right?
Yes, we sure did.
I did a video called Sinner, Savior, Saint, or Satan.
I am Abdullah, the successor of Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam, the successor of the Comforter Ahmed, the successor of Simon Peter, the successor of Muhammad, the successor of Jesus Christ. I am the true and legitimate Pope. I am the proof upon the Christians. I am the son of the Muslims through my father, and the son of the Christians and the Jews through my mother. I am the son of the East through my father, and the son of the West through my mother. I am like Sul-Qarnayn, who with one horn in the east and one in the west.
Did you catch that part?
Yes.
Did you catch that part? What did he say, Amelia?
That he has one horn in the east, one horn in the west, and then
okay,
Yeah.
Stop right there. One horn. What do we think of when we think of horns?
the devil, of course.
Hello, you said the word. That's all I
But-
wanted.
Look where you paused it, though. See how mesmerized they are against him.
Oh
see
yeah,
see how focused they are.
They're-
He's got them
they're
under a
hypnotized.
spell.
they're captivated.
Yes.
They're hypnotized.
Yes.
Okay, there's 1,000 people in that room. Okay, this is when he made his announcement. Watch. Good.
And I am the inheritor of all that lies between. I am more knowledgeable than any false pope, and I am appointed by name in the will of the prophets. My name is also on the tongue of Isaiah, who prophesied of the righteous servant, and he said, he will see his offspring and prolong his days, and the will of the Lord will prosper in his hand.
Okay, my name is on the tongue of the prophets, and in the mouth of Isaiah. Let me tell you what was on the tongue of Isaiah. Okay. He was spewing out the evil that is the devil. That was what's on the tongue of Isaiah. Read your Bible, folks. If you have any left after they're done burning them all.
Oh, I know, right? After that, they don't want to teach anything in school. that's
Bashmet has one.
good
Yeah, there you
anymore.
go. Bashmet.
Mhm.
Bashmet. Absolutely, Leon, you bet. Absolutely. People don't understand that when I say we're in the end times, that's what it's funny because Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones were talking about. We're in dark times. We're in the end times. We are living in Bible prophecy. And it's going to get, believe me when I tell you, folks, unless God intervenes,
Mhm.
it's going to get bad, and it's going to get bad in a hurry.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
especially in our schools with everything that's happening right now too, with all these school shootings. We had a school shooting here recently in one of our universities in Florida.
What happened?
There was a guy that went in and decided to shoot up some people, and I know that he killed a teacher. Well, I don't know if I should say that word here, but and they did catch him, so he was, of course,
Well,
he's in
say what
jail.
word? Say what word?
Killed.
Killed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're afraid to say killed?
Or well, I was gonna say murdered, but might as
You
well
can
just
say
say the right
murdered.
word,
You
right?
can say, you're not on TikTok.
No, and also
You're not.
too-
Stop. You're not on TikTok. You
Okay.
can say any fucking thing you want here.
Okay.
Okay? You can say
Okay.
any fucking thing you want here. This
Okay.
is not TikTok where you have to watch saying the word killed.
Yeah.
Okay? Fuck you. Okay? TikTok, fuck you.
Yeah. And so the thing is that I don't know what's getting into these people's heads, or if their mind
And
control
fuck Facebook
still,
too.
what's getting into their heads, if the government's trying to mind control people again, things like that. And
The
that's
government's trying to micromanage everybody, is what the government's
Yeah.
trying to do.
And
I mean, you
two,
want to get down to it, that's what the government's trying to do. They're trying to micromanage everybody.
and I raised my children to love everybody, no matter what color skin they are, whatever. But I asked my son-in-law, and I said, let me ask you something. Your daughter, or granddaughter, is in school. She comes home
Yeah.
with a note, say this guy dressed in a dress, wants to read your girl, or your daughter, a book, whatever. He goes, I'm gonna march down to that school, and I'm gonna make sure that school knows that's not a girl wearing a dress.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you what happened here in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
There are 31 states, and listen to what I'm saying to you folks. There are 50 states in the U.S., 48 contingent states, and then Alaska and Hawaii. Okay? 31 of those states do not have to tell the parents what the school is doing with their children. New Jersey, you're going to love this one. If you give birth to a child in New Jersey, you have 73 choices of the sex of that child.
Wow.
On the birth certificate, 73 choices, including animal, vegetable, mineral, plant. I'm not making a fucking
And
word
a
of this up.
season, right? That they add season to it.
And I'm not making a word of this up.
Yeah.
Not a word of it. There are two sexes. God created male and female.
Exactly.
Both he created them in his image.
Absolutely.
Okay. Male and female. There's no non-binary. There's no he, she. There's no I want to be a purple flower. No, you're not. You're a boy or you're a girl. That's it. You don't like it. You could love it. You can hate it. I don't give a rat fuck.
Mm-hmm.
There are two sexes. You pieces of shit. You millennials. I'm talking to you guys out there. So listen the fuck up. He created the male and female, boy and girl.
That's it. Nothing else.
Innie and a outie, motherfucker. That's it.
Yeah. And
you don't understand that? Look sometime. Take the time and look. Do you have a boy or a girl?
Yeah.
Lift them up and go like this. Real simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what do you want?
No, and then too, it's like,
what do you want?
And then, we were talking about that, and he's like, well, what? And I asked him the same thing you did. What if they don't tell you? He goes, I want to make sure I know every single day what her curriculum is going to be.
They don't have to tell you.
And I said, okay, well.
In 31 states in this country, they don't have to tell you. Your child effectively, and this is how the law is, and I want you to listen.
Mm-hmm.
In 31 states in this country, your children become the ward of the state between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Do you hear what I just said to you?
Exactly.
If your child doesn't come home from school one day and you get a phone call from the school saying that your child has been put into foster care, guess what? There's not a fucking thing you can do about it without a really, really good lawyer.
Exactly.
And it's going to cost you Thousands. You know why? There's two reasons why. Number one, the government wants to control you, your family, how many kids you have, how much money you make. That's number one. Number two, the government is selling your children.
Yeah.
Children are being sold into black market slavery for sex abuse, for child labor.
Yes.
And like they did it for, and I hate to bring this one up, but for sacrifice.
Yeah, that's
We saw a 9-year-old girl on film talk about her father taking her and her brother to a special school night where they were going to eat babies.
Yes.
Tell me if I'm making this up.
You're not making it up at all. She goes, our dad's going to take us to this place. We're going to eat babies and we're going to do the sacrifice.
Yeah, they made it sound wonderful. We're going to eat babies. And oh, really? You're going to eat babies?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to eat babies. And I heard that they taste real good. It's going to be our first time. We're excited. I'm like,
Incredible.
Oh, like what?
Incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was just talking like it was a normal thing to do, and that's something in their religion or whatever it is that they do that's normal to them. So,
first of all, you're talking about England, which is fucked up beyond. England is FUBAR.
yeah,
You know what FUBAR is? Fucked up beyond all recognition. Here's the problem in England. You could get arrested. I'm not making this up. I'm going to show you a clip. I'm going to show you a clip of a woman being arrested for simply standing on the street praying in her head. In her head. They have something in England, and I'm not making a word of this up. They're called the thought police. And they've been around for about 12 years. You hear what I'm saying? In England, they passed a law, believe it or not.
yeah.
It's called the Protected Spaces Act. Tell everybody what they do, Amelia.
Well, they'll come to you and arrest you right on the spot if they see you praying.
No, tell them what the Protected Space Act is, Amelia.
Oh, I can't remember what that is. Can you tell them?
Yes, you can.
I can't remember really.
Night.
I can't remember what it was. For the
Basically, here's the Protected Space Act. You have to be in a certain area to pray. I'm not making this up. You got to be in a certain area to pray. If you're not, you could be arrested.
Golly.
You could be arrested for praying.
So
I'm not making this up.
So she could be like this praying, and they think that she's praying. I could be like, no, I'm thinking about my grocery list, but they wouldn't believe me. They'd arrest me for praying.
Your grocery list?
I'll be like, no, I'm thinking about my grocery list. What do you think I'm doing? I'm not praying,
Well,
but,
you know
what I mean?
Yeah, of course, I get what you're saying. I'm gonna see if I can find this because I have it here, and I'm gonna make sure I have it. Hold on.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of ridiculous if they would arrest you just for praying.
Where is it?
I'd be telling them that, say, no, I'm thinking about my grocery list. What do you think I'm thinking about? I'm not praying out, in my head.
Right.
How could you prove it? How could you prove that I'm doing that? Unless
I found it. I found what I'm looking for. Hold on. Hot damn. I found what I'm looking for. I'm so happy. Sometimes I get so excited. I want to play. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the whole fucking thing. I'm going to really irk people.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I am. Because I'm going to piss everybody the fuck off. I'm going to play the whole thing. You ready? Watch this.
Only the Jews. They would literally hijack the entire narrative of World War II and made it all about them. And the crazy thing is the Jews killed like 10x of their purported number before that. 84% Jewish Bolsheviks killed 30 to 60 million Christians. Like, murdered them. Like, Alexander Solzhenitsyn wrote a whole fucking book on this. Like, it's documented. It's not like this is not a conspiracy theory. But nobody mentions it. Not even a fucking mouse fart in your textbooks.
Satan will not attack Muhammad because he won him long time ago. Satan will not go after Buddha because he won him long ago. Satan will not go after Krishna because he won him and the 300 million gods long ago. Satan was overcome by one and was crushed on Calvary. His name is Jesus. That's why he will attack Jesus. And everyone who professes and confesses Jesus Christ will be attacked.
Christian persecution is on the rise in Israel. Christians are constantly being attacked, churches are being targeted, and evangelists are being spit on left and right for simply preaching the good news.
From a few days before October 7th, the Christians in the old city of Jerusalem carrying a cross. As a group of Orthodox Jewish Israelis walk by, they spit at those Christians. Another video from only a day earlier shows Jewish Israelis walking by a church entrance in the old city of Jerusalem and spitting in the entrance as a symbolic disapproval of the Christian faith. Now, perhaps this is physically harmless, but it is representative of the anti-Christian mindset of some Israelis.
In the past 2 years, a bill was passed at first to ban Christians from even talking about Jesus.
I want you to take a minute and really listen to this, because you're going to be quizzed on it.
Oh, dear Lord.
Check this out.
Conservative Christian leaders are calling on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to stop a bill proposed by members of his coalition to make it criminal to tell people about Jesus in Israel.
A big story just before days before Palm Sunday, Good Friday, and Easter. Sacred time for Christians. Two ultra-Orthodox members of Prime Minister Netanyahu's coalition have introduced a bill that would punish believers for sharing the gospel of Jesus with prison time. United Torah Judaism Knesset members Moshe Gafni and Yaakov Asher introduced legislation last week making it illegal to share in conversation or produce content online, in print, or by mail.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah,
It's illegal to talk about Jesus in Israel.
that's ridiculous.
And punishable by jail time.
Their explanation of the bill emphasizes a warning to
And everybody wants to know why I hate the fucking Jews. And by the way, it was a Jew that saved my life, not once but twice. Okay? Twice. Not once, twice.
stop Christians in particular.
But I hate the fact. I hate the fact. They walk around like they own the world and they could get away with shit and we're supposed to just sit there and take it.
Oh,
I will not fucking take it. Nope, no more. Goodbye, no more.
Punishment, 1 year in prison or 2 years for sharing with someone under the age of 18.
And the only reason why this bill is not in place is because Netanyahu stopped it. But I think it's crazy that people high enough in the government can't even present such an absurd bill. Their goal is to silence Christians. And what I don't understand is why the United States is allowing this to happen. Trump has mentioned how he wants to bring Jesus back into America, and he has declared this nation a Christian nation. But for some reason, whenever American citizens fly to Israel to preach the good news and then get persecuted by Israelis, nothing is said. Matter of fact, the United States is the biggest supporter of Israel. We as a Christian nation swore to have their backs no matter what, and this is how they return the favor? But I want to know, what do you think about all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
What did he believe? Yeah, well, obviously.
Okay, let's talk about that.
I like that guy that was on there.
Fuck
That was
up.
just about to talk.
I'm fired up. All right.
Yeah, why? Okay, 1 year for prison time, but 18 years and younger, 2 years is because they're influential at the age. They're influential at any age, no matter how old you are.
All right, so say this again. What point are you trying to make,
Okay,
please?
1 year for prison time for pretty much adults, and anybody under the age of 18, 2 years prison time.
Yeah.
Anybody,
Well, you want to know why?
you can anybody's at any age you can tell
Well,
about
no.
Christianity.
Do you want to know why?
Yeah, because they're
The
minors.
answer is very simple.
Yeah.
And it's very, very simple. They give more time to the people underage because they want to discourage you from talking about Jesus at all. They do not want Jesus mentioned at all. Ruffian's here. Here he is. Where no one really mentions the new King James. Okay, the Jewish soldiers were killing them. Yeah, well, let me tell you something, brother. There's a lot about the Holocaust that people don't know, like the fact that it was all set up by the Jews. The Jews are responsible for the Holocaust. Nobody else, okay? The Jews did that, not the Germans, okay? Don't get me started on that shit, Nobody wants to talk about it. The 6 million Jews died. Yeah. Do you know who killed them? Jews.
Power right now. I'm possessed. This guy's in my face. He thinks that because he drank alcohol, that it's because of my fucking Nazareth, but it's a problem. Has nothing to do with that.
Give me your other
Thank you. God
bless you.
You see him fall when I hit him? I look like I can fucking help people. Thank you for keeping me.
God bless you.
Thank you. I was beaten because I believe in Yeshua.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Now, what you're looking at right now is from the news in Israel. Israel bans Christianity. Okay, that's true. They ban Christianity. And what you're seeing now is you're going to see a guy. He's a Christian preacher, but you're going to hear a guy in the background screaming Allah Akbar, which means God is good. He's a Muslim trying to shut down this street preacher. Wow.
Jesus, before it's too late, the Lord is calling you. The Lord is calling you. The Lord Jesus Christ is calling you to repent.
I know, right?
Like, the world that he
it's like this is normal.
Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. So there's only one way, and it's Jesus Christ. There's only one way, and it's the name of the Lord.
Get that shit from right here. Allahu Akbar.
I thought you said your religion's about
Get that
peace.
shit from right here.
I thought your religion.
Let me know if you got any questions, Mill.
Is that?
Controversial events that have been taking place. First, Christians have been arrested for worshiping together, for even praying for other people. And this lady named Isabel Spruce, who was
I want you to watch this. This woman gets arrested for standing there.
Yeah.
Watch this.
simply praying in her head, was eventually arrested. Check this out.
Praying? I might be praying in my head. So I'll ask you once more, will you voluntarily come with us now to the police station for me to ask you some questions about today and other days where there are allegations that you've broken public space of protection? If I've got a choice, then no. Okay, well then you're under arrest on suspicion of failing to comply with the public spaces protection order.
Wow.
They actually arrested her.
That's ridiculous.
For standing, and all she said was, I might be praying.
That's what I said. I'll be thinking about my grocery list. What do you think I'm doing out here? I'm not praying.
Right?
I could deny
this is
it.
what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. This is the kind of utter, beyond stupid, beyond ridiculous that we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I let the reel play because when I was looking at the articles, I saw that it was during the Biden administration. They really, really made sure to tell you it was during the Biden administration.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
It was Joe Biden that started this shit.
Exactly. And I want people to know that too. It's not, don't start blaming President Trump on this shit. Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm sick and tired of that.
Let me, if you really want to get down to it, the person that is really responsible for this is Barack Obama.
Yeah. I mean,
This is how far back this, hold on, Amelia. This is how far back this goes. Okay. So I'm going, I respect you, and I don't want to call you out on the air, but you need to really understand the issue before you go speaking on it.
Yeah.
But it's important. I know that you understand that part of it, but what you don't understand is that this goes back a long, long time. This goes back to Barack Obama's first term. Remember, he served 2 terms.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But who was with him all those terms? Joe
Yeah.
Biden.
Joe Biden, exactly.
8 years as vice president, 4 years as president. So he's been around there a long time.
Too long.
Yeah, far too long.
Yeah.
But anyway, what we got coming up next week?
Oh, we have just another open forum actually starting, well, actually not Monday. Monday is Labor Day. So we're going to have Angela Capone and we're going to
Monday
have...
is not Labor Day. It's Memorial Day.
I'm sorry, Memorial Day. I don't know
You
why
got
I
the wrong
got
holiday, kid.
Memorial Day. We're
Not
going to have
September. Labor Day, September. Well, yeah, a
Right?
long way for that.
We're going to have Angela Capone and the guy that's going
Robert
to be...
Cabela.
Yes. Robert Cabela, that's going to play
Cabela.
Dean Martin. And then we're going to have just another open forum on Tuesday, the 27th.
Yep.
And that ends our month for May.
Yep. And then we're going to have open forum in June.
Yes.
And whatever the hell else I feel like doing. For Amelia the Pitbull Chapman, I am the Mad Dog. This is America's Podcast. What's the Buzz? Folks, we say it all the time. Tomorrow is promised to no one. Be good to each other. Be kind. We all have our cross to bear. None of us are perfect. Certainly not me. I got a lot of faults, but there's one thing. I do love God and I do love Jesus. But look, I'm not perfect. I got to work through my prejudice with the Jews and certain other ethnicities that I have a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not your problem. It's my problem. It's my personal demon. I got to deal with it. Best way I know how, which is to talk about it. So that's what I'm doing on this show. We will see you, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise next week. Be good to each other.
Happy early birthday, Leon.
Oh, but Leon's birthday?
Yeah, on Thursday.
How come you know this stuff and I don't?
He posted it on the...
Oh, he posted it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't read this shit, so I don't know. There you go. Take care, folks. We'll